Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into Japanese baseball, today is one of those days that feels both heartwarming and a little bittersweet because Kotaro Kiyomiya has officially signed a new contract with the Nippon-Ham Fighters that pushes him over the 100 million yen mark for the first time in his career, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect because he put pen to paper on his mother's birthday. Picture this, he walks into the room at Kamigawa, smiles for the cameras, writes the new figure on the board, and then quietly tells reporters that today happens to be his mom's birthday, so it felt like a really good day to get it done. You can tell it meant the world to him. This is the same guy who, back when he was in high school, had helicopters following his every at-bat and was compared to Shohei Ohtani before Ohtani even joined the Fighters. The expectations were absolutely insane. So let's put this 100 million yen threshold into perspective because in NPB it's a massive psychological barrier. When a player finally goes from the 90-something million range to triple digits, it's treated like crossing into the upper class of the league. It's not just about the money, it's the recognition that you're now one of the core guys, one of the faces the team is building around. For context, only a handful of position players under 30 are above that line right now. Munetaka Murakami blew past it years ago, Yoshinobu Yamamoto was there as a pitcher, but for everyday position players it's still pretty rare this young. Kiyomiya's journey to this point has been anything but smooth. He came in as the most hyped high school prospect ever, 111 high school home runs, 7 home runs in one tournament at Koshien, the whole country was watching. The Fighters won the draft lottery and took him first overall, and then the struggles started almost immediately. The uppercut swing that crushed high school pitching suddenly looked late against pro velocity. He had the shoulder issues, the position change from first base to outfield and back to first, the constant media pressure. It was rough. There were seasons where he barely played 50 games and people were already writing him off as a bust, which always felt unfair because he was still a kid dealing with the weight of an entire nation's expectations. But something started clicking again last year. He stayed healthy for pretty much the full season, played 130 games, and while 18 home runs isn't going to remind anyone of his Waseda Jitsugyo days, it was his most consistent offensive season as a pro. The exit velocities started creeping up, he cut down on the chase rate a little, and most importantly he looked comfortable at the plate again. The Fighters rewarded that progress with a nice bump from around 92 million last year to somewhere in the 105 to 110 range this time. Exact figure hasn't been announced yet, but it's definitely over the century mark. And that's where his comment about it being a little late in my 9th year really hits you. He's 25, turning 26 in May, and he's already in his 9th professional season. Most of the guys who reach this level do it by year 5 or 6. He knows that. You could hear it in his voice. There's still that burning desire to prove the hype was justified, that he's not just a good player but potentially a superstar. He even said after the signing that he wants to become a player who can carry the team for the full season, someone the Fighters can truly count on in the middle of the lineup. Looking ahead to 2026, everything is lined up better than it has been in years. New manager Luis Garcia seems to love him. The team is moving into the gorgeous new Escon field more settled now, no more excuses about the old Sapporo Dome dimensions. And Kiyomiya is finally in that sweet spot physically where the shoulder is stable and he's had a couple years of pro reps with the adjusted swing. If he can get to 25 to 30 home runs and play 140 games, nobody is going to be talking about high school hype anymore, they'll be talking about one of the best power hitters in the Pacific League. So yeah, today was about more than just a salary bump. It felt like a quiet turning of the page. Kotaro Kiyomiya is over 100 million yen, he signed on his mom's birthday, and for the first time in a long time it feels like the best part of his career might still be ahead of him. I'm rooting hard for the guy. Let me know in the comments if you are too, and whether you think next year is finally the breakout. Thanks for watching, hit the like button if you're happy for him, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.